India news are: the convergence of IoT and 5G will have the opportunity to reap huge rewards. 5G and IoT is going to empower telcos to become much more than bandwidth suppliers. But the shift will require the right strategy, approach and vision. As per the estimate of GSMA, the global IoT connections will rise to 25 billion by 2025. 5G is the foundation for realizing the full potential of IoT. While 5G is set for commercial availability sometime around 2020, the industry is already working to develop new global standards and pre-5G products to benefit industries everywhere. The Ericsson AB's latest mobility report points out that there will be 550 million 5G subscribers in 2022, and Asia Pacific will be the second fastest growing region with 10% of all subscriptions being 5G in 2022. The first generation mobile networks, that is 1G, was all about voice. 2G was about voice and texting, 3G was about voice, texting and data, 4G was everything in 3G but faster, and 5G will be even faster. It will be fast enough to download a full-length HD movie in seconds. 5G is much more than just fast downloads. Its unique combination of high-speed connectivity, very low latency and ubiquitous coverage will support smart vehicles and transport infrastructure such as connected cars, trucks and buses, where a split-second delay could mean the difference between a smooth flow of traffic and a four-way crash at an intersection. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. PUBG loses its war against India along with other apps. India has banned the mobile gaming Chinese app PUBG, and with this, more than 100 more mobile applications are also blocked. The apps were banned citing concern of data security after fresh tensions between India and China in the border areas in eastern Ladakh. A total of 118 apps have been banned by the Ministry of Information and Technology. The move was in the interest of India's sovereignty and integrity, defense and security, the government said in a statement. RSA becomes an independent company. Symphony Technology Group (STG) completed its acquisition of $2.1 billion for RSA from Dell Technologies. RSA is one of the largest pure-play cybersecurity and risk management organizations, delivering critical solutions for risk, security and fraud teams and hosting the world's largest cybersecurity conferences. The company spokesperson said it is an important milestone for RSA. Unacademy enters the Unicorn Club by raising $150 million from SoftBank. With 50 million registered users and 350,000 paid subscribers, Unacademy has over 18,000 registered educators on the platform. Unacademy has raised $150 million, that is approximately Rs 1,098 crores, in a fresh round led by SoftBank at a staggering valuation of $1.45 billion. The vision of the company is to break the barrier and help people achieve their life's most important goals by giving them access to the best coaching from experts in the field, said Gaurav Munjal, co-founder of Unacademy. IBM appoints Nikhil Lamoreaux as new Chief Human Resource Officer. IBM has announced the appointment of Nikhil Lamoreaux as Senior Vice President of Human Resources and Chief Human Resources Officer. She will replace Diana Harrison, who has been IBM's Senior Vice President of Human Resources for the past 7 years and has decided to retire. I am delighted to announce that Nikhil Lamoreaux will succeed Diana as our Senior Vice President of Human Resources and Chief Human Resources Officer, Arvind Krishna, CEO IBM, wrote on LinkedIn. Australia announces its first recession in 29 years. The Australian economy is going through a very difficult period and is experiencing the biggest economic contraction since the 1930s. The official figures show that the economy shrank by 0.3% in the first 3 months of the year amid bushfires and the early stages of the outbreak. It comes even after the government and central bank stepped in measures to support the economy. The latest gross domestic product, that is GDP figures, highlight that the economy was struggling from a devastating bushfire season. Murugappa Group to pick up a larger controlling stake in CG Power. Murugappa Group's investment wing, Tube Investments, that is TII, has been declared as the successful bidder for acquiring the controlled stake in power equipment maker CG Power and Industrial Solutions Limited. The company informed stock exchange filing on Friday. TII has got an approval from its board of directors to infuse an additional investment of about Rs 100 crores in CG Power and Industrial Solutions. The proposed investment is in addition to Rs 700 crore approved for investment in the equity shares and share warrants of CG Power. Gaana, a company of Times Group, is valued at $540 million. Music platform company Gaana has raised $50 million in a fresh round led by existing Chinese investor Tencent Holdings Limited, along with participation from Times Internet. This fund will be utilized to face growing competition of JioSaavn, Spotify, YouTube Music and Wynk. SBI comes out with VRS plans to save 2,170.85 crores. State Bank of India has decided to introduce second innings TAP voluntary retirement scheme 2020, that is SIT VRS 2020. This scheme will benefit about 11,565 officers from the junior management grade scale 1 to the top executive grade special scale 1 and 18,625 award staff, that is clerical and sub-staff members, will be eligible for the scheme. With this, it will optimize the cost of human resources. As for the sources, it will open for 3 months starting from December 1st to February end every year. Flipkart Wholesale rolls out digital platform for kiranas and local MSMEs. Flipkart has launched its digital business-to-business marketplace as e-commerce firms boost such operations, digitizing kiranas and leveraging online sales to take advantage of India's large consumer base. Flipkart Wholesale aims to connect local manufacturers with retailers and bring the wholesale marketplace at their fingertips using technology. Airlines allows flying 60% of pre-COVID domestic flights. The government has permitted Indian Airlines to increase the number of domestic passenger flights to 60% of their pre-COVID services, according to an official order. The Ministry of Civil Aviation has allowed airlines to operate a maximum of 45% of their pre-COVID domestic flights. A report says the average occupancy rate in domestic flights since their resumption in India on May 25 has been around 50 to 60% only. COVID update. India's COVID-19 tally of cases galloped past 38 lakhs and reached 38,48,934 on Wednesday, with 78,357 new instances of diseases reported in a day, said the Union Health Ministry. The death toll climbed to 67,508. To conclude, we see a huge surge in the IoT deployments in the enterprise and automotive sectors with projected growth of 5.8 billion endpoints in 2020. Data is becoming the new currency, and with enterprises capturing more and more data through IoT, it is now viewed as a utility like electricity, water and broadband, a vital resource essential to shaping, supporting and securing life. India has maximum data consumption in the world, but affordability is very less. For smart cities and smart villages, infrastructure and connectivity will play a major role that will improve the quality of life in both cities and villages. IoT will revolutionize the logistics, healthcare and other sectors with real-time tracking systems understanding each link of the operations. Disruptive technologies like IoT, AI, ML and automation are bringing huge change in the bandwidth consumption patterns and require network evolution. There is no better time than now to scale for Digital India and Make in India, and especially IoT is shaping our lives and transforming businesses at a rate of change never experienced before. Going ahead, we will see IoT devices and embedded systems become more and more prevalent in our daily lives. It is quite evident from the latest technologies introduced by various OEMs into the segment software-defined networking and traffic engineering, that is SD-WAN, to bring the advantage with the next generation of wireless technology. It could deliver complete digital connectivity from the tip of the carrier network to the customer without disruptions. Let's wind up for the day, but do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.